Yo, what's going on, man? Oh, hold up. Wait. Never mind. So you need to turn on your mic. What's going on, everybody out there? How y'all doing tonight? I'm waiting on Sil to turn his mic on. And we'll get everything launched off here in just a moment. There he is. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
What's up, fool? What's up, people?
What's going on?
Trying to organize this situation. Ooh, that could be better right there. Ooh, I like that. Ooh.
That's what I want. That's what I want.
Okay, here's the other thing I wanted to say before we get started. We're not started yet, right?
No, we're already started.
Oh, well, how the hell you gonna put launching soon when we start?
Well, it's still saying, but they can hear us.
Oh, hi,
Because I turned on the stuff. You know, we're just trying something new out.
Oh.
Let the music play, kind of build the vibe.
Oh, wait, I know you gotta be there.
I haven't pulled up the chat yet. Give me 1 second.
Slow.
No, nobody's here yet.
Somebody's here.
So, well, I'm here. I'm in chat.
Well, yeah, but I wasn't, and there was sort of two people, so somebody.
Well, I'm logged into both accounts.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, because... Can you see this?
What am I looking at?
The chat.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. So he is here.
You count that's loud.
Okay. Alright, let's we're getting ready to kick this thing off here in just a second.
Okay, the other thing I was going to talk about, actually, okay, we can do this as a pregame.
No. We're ready to go.
Okay, but I still, well, fine. We're putting this in there then too, because I got to ask about this. For the people who do want to join into the show and maybe live chat, how can we do that?
Oh, that'll be easy. That'll be pretty easy. Kind of like we did with Dalton.
Oh, okay.
I've been thinking about setting up like a some kind of call-in number.
Yeah.
That we can set up that can actually stream the audio from the computer.
Yeah.
So it's basically like what's that I'm thinking of? What's that? Magic Jack.
Oh yeah.
It's like that in a way, but not. But it's kind of like we set up a almost like we set up a separate Skype call or something like that.
Okay.
Or have them join in, or we have them join in via audio on the Skype call.
All right, that's cool. That way, people can jump in if they want to.
Yeah, which we may have to create separate accounts for that, because obviously we're using our own accounts for these.
Right.
And we got all the information cropped for privacy purposes, PII, that kind of thing.
Right.
But yeah, we could definitely.
That's still waiting. Hey, what's up?
So.
I told you he'd be on there.
Yeah, I kind of figured so. I mean, I let it run for a few minutes. So, does it show? Actually, I can test it right here.
Wait, while I got you. Oh wait, while I got you there, and we're still fresh on our minds. You really do still want that to be the 162nd? Is that that's like the good street address? Not address, but the a base number for it. I mean, just want to make sure. That's all, because I did put it on the map. So. And what did you get? What? Hey, you need to make that a little bit bigger. I see your window right there.
What are you talking about?
You know the Paper Aircraft Weekly, and then the title. I see the red box around the title. You
Oh,
can stretch it out a little. Oh, it's a PM from before, and I think okay. Oh, yeah, if that's a PM from before, I think I did get it because you were talking the long post. Yeah, I got you. Talking about the pods and stuff. Yeah.
I didn't even think about changing that, but there you go. That was a live edit right there. You guys saw that firsthand. Boom, boom. Check that out. But you see what's funny about it is that how do I change? So I edited the title and everything, but where do I save it?
Oh, you mean on
The
the
thing.
actual page?
Yeah. Yeah, like I edited.
Why did you put bombers and transports in all caps? That's not an acronym for anything, you know.
It's not. It's just big.
Okay, well at least you got into it, so you knew what to do. Change it in the like you had to go into like the creator studio into my
Yeah,
videos.
yeah, yeah. So you can see the fact that it says bombers and transport in big
Yeah,
letters. And it does it
yeah,
say October 16th?
yes.
Okay, then it's edited.
You
Never
can
mind.
tell because OAE would have told you already. Be
Well,
good about it.
I didn't because I started it and then I was like, oh man, I need to go change the stuff, so I just logged in and changed it. But I didn't see a save button, so I guess it automatically saves after you change it.
That looks better.
But that's cool.
That's cool.
I've got my big old TV hooked up now. This is awesome.
I was wondering if he was good.
I had to, man. I had to hook it up. I've been waiting and waiting, and I was like, you know what? Now's the time. I got to hook this up. I've still got some rearranging to do on the desk, but it's cool because the camera's way up there now, so I got a huge view down here. I had to zoom in just to get it to this.
I was gonna say that's funny because nothing looked like it really changed, but okay, I
Oh
believe you
yeah,
because I
for
can't
you,
tell.
yeah, but for you, like it doesn't look any different. But for me, now I can see chat, I can see the video, I can see you, I can see the OBS, I can pull up, I can share all kinds of stuff.
So basically, what I can see, well, you know, I only got two of them, but I can still see all that.
I can actually share all my screens with you. I just don't know if you want to see all that because it's kind of redundant.
Yeah, no, I got you. That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? I could share
Right.
like the third monitor with you because the other one would just be you. So you don't really need to see that one because that's just you. But no, this is hype. I'm loving this. The numbers barely changed. Okay, but
Yeah.
yeah,
So we know we're keeping it as that means we're keeping it as the 162nd wing he's got out there. It just
but
carried over from Edwards.
but I want to put this out there, people. This is how in tune SIL and NAS Aerosystems are with each other without even really knowing it. Because if you see at the top here for number one, I put big announcement. Okay, I edited this before he even came online and had that ready to go. I was like, this is what I'm going to talk about tonight. And what does he message me while I'm editing this? He says, bombers and transports, large planorama. That's what he wanted to talk about. We talking about the same thing, people. Can you
right.
feel it? Can you feel it? It's like it's just big. And it's going to happen tonight.
Something is big.
Something
in the air.
big is going to happen tonight. I could just feel it. I mean, I got the big I got
going over there.
I got the big TV. I got the big announcement. He got the big old large old Rama planes. We all good.
We all good. I wish I actually had one right here. I don't have one right here. I was like thinking about that. Like, oh man, that's all good. That's all right. So, I'm gonna. Oh, yeah, like you were talking about that park, by the way. Yes, still discussing this, but um, oh man, I didn't put the maps up. Stand by. I've got that. I do have it updated. If you were to look at our maps now, I'm assuming you could check it out. If you could look at our maps now, you'd see that I've given you your base and area, and the 162nd is second there. I mean, you mentioned the park and then across the street. Was trying to wonder. I was trying to think of like where that was because like I see like you got a parking lot on like the northwest corner, and then there's a park in the north. Wait, no, I'm sorry. Wait, disoriented. Southwest corner is like well in the satellite view showed it was under construction, so I didn't know if did that turn into a park or is it something else or. I mean, it matters not. You can still have it, obviously. I got your land area covered there. And again, you're welcome to edit it if there's something about it you didn't know, or if you wanted to move the location of the headquarter building, however you want to play with that. Again, if you need access to it, I don't know if you have access to it. I think you have access to it, but because you have access to the other sheets, so. But I mean, that will work the way it is, as far as I know. I mean, it looks good to me.
Dude, I'm loving this.
Yeah. I told you get out of your system so we don't spend all damn show talking about it now.
I'm sorry. I'm just rearranging some stuff, but I'm good. Like I'm good. I really am. I'm just trying to resize some stuff on the extra monitor over here. That's all.
All right. Well, that's good. That's good.
But yeah, it's actually really really cool. I like it.
Well, I didn't think you would dislike it. You weren't going to get it and like, oh man, this sucks. I'm taking it back.
No, because then now I can actually share like just like one little thing, if I wanted to like crop and edit spreadsheets or something like that. That's mostly what I wanted this for. So now I can set this up. Actually, let me try to see if I can share.
Comes in handy. I mean, be able to
share.
Able to see. Oh man, I haven't ever seen myself. I don't usually get a chance to see myself that big.
So let's. All right. So. I just shared this one. I don't know if you can see it yet. Yeah, you should be able to see it. So this is how I got this set up. So this here.
The words are like as big as my hand.
So this here is basically where I could put the spreadsheet and still have the chat over here and see it and still have everything else open, and then like have a separate scene with just the spreadsheet, and we can click back and forth and be like, oh, check this out. This is a new update, whatever. That's just something for you guys in the future. This some changes.
And his other update is he's got a brace on his knee so he can play Stone Cold Steve Austin on us now too.
I have to take it off at night, or I should say in the evening, to let my knee kind of relax a little bit, because that brace hurts. I mean, I don't know if obviously nobody knows. But I mean, they might know. I don't know. I don't know if I told everybody I was training for that half marathon or whatever. But so I've been running not every day, but like every other day. And I started out slow, but my knee started hurting on Thursday, and then I alternate riding my elliptical bike, which I'm not gonna get brand specific, but it's not cheap.
Wait a minute. Now we're worried about getting brand specific. Now we're worried about it.
Now I'm not dropping name brands. Not on here. They might try to flag us for advertisement or something. So, but it's the one that's always on TV with a TV attached to the bike. So you get what I'm saying. And it's a really good bike. And so I was riding that on my off days of not running. So Thursday I ran 3 miles and my knee was sore. Iced it, rested it. Friday I rode the bike, about 8-9 miles. Nothing.
I knew
nothing big. So I iced it after that, and relaxed it on Saturday and most of Sunday, with the minor walking that I did. Just kind of around the house and stuff, taking it easy. And then Sunday night I went for a 4-mile run, and I got it to the halfway point, and my knee was just done. I was in so much pain I had to walk back. Got back late from the run. Got cleaned up and everything. Went straight to bed. Put some pain reliever on it there because I have a topical pain reliever. I put some of that on it and went to bed. Woke up Monday morning, since it was a holiday. I was off work, and I could not even walk on it. So I went straight to the emergency room, X-rayed it and everything else. Had an MRI yesterday. And there's no tear, there's no fracture, but there's some concern. They don't know exactly what it is, so I got to go back in 6 to 8 weeks to get another MRI to see if there's any change, because they don't. It could be like
age.
Yeah, it's definitely age,
Could
but
be age.
it's the between the cartilage and it's almost like a bone bruise. But I didn't really bang it on anything, so I don't know how I would have gotten a bone bruise. Besides, unless it's just the cartilage is wearing down and the bones were jamming against each other for, that made it happen. And it's possible. But the doctors don't know I was running. And if they're watching this video, which I doubt that they are, because they're probably still at work.
You're going to see in the comment section later,
Yeah.
Mark, you need to stop running.
Yeah.
It's so
Well, the one doctor that I'm going to go see next week knows that I've been running, because he's the reason why I started running, because we're going to run the half marathon together, and then next year try to run the full marathon at Disney.
There's this funny one that our resident round boy at work does. He's like, he got into this one marathon. It legitimately was a marathon. They were running in Indiana. He was going to go do that. Like every eighth of a mile, they had a beer station, and I was like, "The hell? Well, it gives you incentive. It also is going to make you
die.
Dude,
Yeah, you're gonna dehydrate and die.
Like, oh my God. Well, it wouldn't matter, because y'all probably stop at the second station and won't continue anymore, because there's probably a couch and a TV.
Yeah, right. You got the game on. Let's just sit down and watch the game.
Oh my God, dude. What the hell kind of marathon is that?
I've seen people chug and drink after they run and stuff, which has always confused me, because I'm too sore and my stomach's too messed up to want to do all that afterwards. So whatever. By all means, that's your thing. Do it. But
let me go ahead. Speaking of it, let me go ahead and let me get this out of the way. Let me apologize for last time, because I know we put you to sleep with that, scoping out the
bases.
The bases. I try to. I think I haven't done it yet, but I would edit that all out, because that was kind of goofy and stuff. But whatever. But as long as everybody is functioning, able to run, and able to walk and chase planes down, it's all good.
Yeah. So, other than that, my wrist is doing much better. So I'm feeling good on that part. And then from there, we'll just see how it goes. But, so I basically got to stop running for the next probably month and a half.
Chase him down with a car.
So I'm probably not going to run that half marathon in January, so whatever. No worries.
Like you said, you got to stay off. Rehab is just as much rest as it is use. So.
Yeah, which is the problem is, I'm still working, so it's not like I'm staying off of it. My boss made me get a wheelchair at work and roll around in that. But honestly, with as much walking and stuff as that we do at work, I have to have it now at this point, because this is day 2 of being at work with it, and that's like, if I didn't have it today, I would have been hurting more than I am now.
Right.
And I stood up and I was cleaning the kitchen and stuff for, while the wife was out with the kids this evening. So,
oh my God, I got sheet 3.
It's killing me right now, but we're gonna push through and make it happen, and we're gonna have fun. What you making? Right. What are you doing over there? You making something?
Well, I was getting ready, so Because all of our shows, well, not all of our shows, but usually our shows, you know, usually our shows have some kind of feature like that might be folded, and like just like I thought OAE on time chimed about being a Zeta stream, so it might be. Plus we're dealing with big planes, so Dalton's trying to get on board. So if Dalton's going to speak up, he's going to speak up about large planes, of course. So wait, is that your big announcement? What is your big announcement?
So my big announcement is that I'm going to, which I haven't done. I don't know if I have, but I don't think I have. I'm going to upscale Thunderbolt into the calendar paper, and I'm probably going to make one tonight.
Oh, okay. So, that'd be cool. Be nice to see one of those.
I'm going to do that tonight, but I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, you know what? That's the next thing I got to do on my list. At least make that. I might even take a Viper and upscale it, but I don't know how that's going to turn out. I mean, it's big enough. The wings will be big enough, and it will fly probably pretty straight. So we'll see.
It should. I mean, again, if it's a Thunderbolt, it should fly pretty good.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about the Viper as well.
Oh, yeah, okay. Gotcha.
I mean, because honestly, Vortex, Viper, and Thunderbolt, even Diablo possibly, could potentially be all upscaled onto the calendar paper. Even Spider probably could, but that would be a really, really big one.
I'm telling you, I think that's what you did with the V4 already. Well, OAE, are you thinking about, you said looking at modernizing. Yeah, how are you modernizing it? Like just the folds need to be, it's kind of like the Hunter pictures. They clarifying the folds. You downsizing, upsizing, changing a little bit. What we're looking at there? I think, yeah, NASA, if you're going to be, yours is, oh man, I think like Diablo should be upsized. I mean, that shouldn't be a problem. It's single sheet. But
it's single, but it's half of a, single.
Yeah. But I mean, that should translate out to a larger plane relatively easy.
Oh, yeah. I think so. I don't think I'll have a problem with that. But that's like the next thing on my list is that I'm going to work on. I mean, I still got a lot of other work to do. I mean, I don't think I'll ever be done, honestly.
You'll be making new planes that are taking the old birds planes before you get done with it, and then you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I've got so much. See, what I'm going to start doing is I'm actually probably going to get. I don't know if I'm going to get it or not. I might get it and put it on that wall. We'll see. I'm going to get like a whiteboard almost, and I'm going to write out. I'm going to kind of organize it in the order of things that I want to do, what videos I want to shoot, and everything else, and kind of go from there.
Like my cork board that I have up over here with that. Yep, I've got that too.
Faster flights and greater payloads, like.
See, and he's going to start getting into what I was talking about. That's why I wanted to talk about the upsizing of the plane. So we're segueing in here, which is really cool because again, upsizing birds and stuff, which is where I wanted to go. This is how it's like, not fresh designs. You don't have to fresh design. You can just anything can be upsized. Any possibility, start from scratch. But I mean, like you're finding out but Draco could Diablo, Viper, Vortex, all these things that you could. I mean, like you should at least try every one of them once just to see.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's scrap, it's scrap. But at least you say you got it. It's a simple way to go about it with your basic design, so you don't have to like, oh my god, I got to design a brand new one just to be a large transport. What the hell am I going to do? No, you ain't got to go with that. I mean, and in the case of like what OAE's playing with, you don't need to even. It doesn't need to be anything special added onto the design. You just add pods as long as it's big enough, strong enough to hold. Pods can carry the transports. Pods can carry cargo, can carry bombs. It doesn't really matter.
Yep. Yeah. No, I totally agree. So, with that said, I mean that's probably going to come out. I mean, I'm definitely probably going to build one tonight. Just because that's probably going to happen. I just had to organize my whole desk again because I had to move everything.
Well, yeah, because if you're gonna fold a calendar sheet on there, you need to have room for the calendar sheet, right?
I kind of do, kind of, which is why I need to reorganize it. And I need to get another small table and build in here, and then move this other table that's big and kind of out of the way. But that's just side notes. Um, I need to get that server up and running too.
The strengthening has me a little intrigued. I wonder if you mean like just making stronger paper, or if you're making like an internal structure, or a little bit of both. I'm trying to look at internal structure. That's why I was kind of like, that's why I was playing with this. This is, as you might have recognized before I cut it at the very beginning, there was like folder sheet. And yeah, I was thinking about like the spare. I'm not going to trash the spare. I'm thinking about cutting it into wedges and stuff like that. And that could go on the inside of regular planes again. But as I learned, and as you've seen on the Javelin video, it's probably not so much as to add it on like in little patches. It's probably best to actually fold it and then put it in as a fold, because a paper crease with strengthening inside of both surfaces is actually quite a weak point, apparently. So keep that in mind.
So you're saying, let me grab something here. Let me grab this.
If it's that big, OAE, then definitely, yeah, your strengthening is probably a primary way to go, eh?
So let me grab this. So you're saying if I just, for example, if I'm making a triangle fold and you're putting something on this side, so basically the underneath here, but you're not putting it on here? Is
correct? Yeah.
So when you essentially fold the wing, it's, I mean, I don't want to, I guess I could do fold something, but I'm not really trying to use that for anything particular right now. But you're saying when you get the wings, it's coming together like this, or is it only coming together on one side?
Hopefully it's coming together like that. Like, okay, the current one, like I said, the Javelin was with the paper plates that I actually put in there. Again, that was just essentially sticking into every pocket, but it was a triangle piece, so it was just at the forewing, so on and so forth.
So were you creating? So you creating the triangle and then slipping it in there to fit in and make the fold?
Yeah.
So that shouldn't have been too bad, though.
Well, it's not too bad, but again, if you're using basic paper, and then you put like, okay, it's, again, in theory, good practice, but you're just making the plane heavier in those spots, and also you're putting a lot of, and you'll get this, stress on the areas where there is none of the structural enhancing. So if you do put, like, there's a fold there and you put it in there, or like in this case where the fold meets the wing, you leave it off of that. That just means that pivot point where the paper is, there's no structural reinforcement. It's just free to flap that much more, because now there's weight acting on the pivot points. So it's not just wind. It's not just simple wind, on its, like, I'm sure a paper plane's already got enough stress on it as it is, especially a Spider. But when you're like adding weight to the undue stress, then it becomes a little bit more of a creature feature. It's like, okay, you may want to think about either taping, which is what I ended up doing with that Javelin, or just redoing the structure entirely and making it so that it follows the fold. So you're putting it in like the wing triangle as well as the fuselage fold. Like if this one, and this is just a basic plane, I figure I can screw this one up. I don't care. Okay, so if I were to take this and cut the triangle out, well, actually, I'm sorry, I need to put the wing in board. So this is rudimentary. This is barely a 15-minute plane, but okay. So again, now I can just as easily. So you have your wing pocket triangle there. I can just take this thing and cut this. This is exactly what I did with Javelin, and just follow the form, cut it smaller, and then slide it on inside the wing pocket. And yes, that makes that wing that much stronger, but it makes it that much heavier, and then there's no reinforcement at the fold point. So not only is the wind making it flop, but there's extra weight that it's just not covering right there.
Right. So that's what I was saying. You're not putting it on the inside of that fold either, though, are you?
No.
Okay. So yeah, you're only putting it on the top, and instead of putting two separate pieces in.
I think in the case, I'm definitely going to make, don't get me wrong, it's not like it's advanced technology and I was never thought of it. I mean, I was definitely giving it some consideration in the first place, but I just wanted to see how it was going to work with that Javelin out the gate, because, I mean, Javelin's already got enough folds as it is,
And it's like, if I'm going to put reinforcement in there, I don't know how much heavier it is. I already cut some weight out to make way for the new stuff that I put in there. Let me see here. So let's fold. Again, I'm doing basic stuff. I don't know why. I could be building something right now. But
yeah, because that's what I was thinking. Maybe something like that, or maybe just 2 separate strips in there.
Right.
Yeah, and again, yeah, that's
so. There is a weak point at the center fold, but you still have the 2 structure pieces in there.
Yes.
So
and the center fold wouldn't be so much of a.
Because so then there would technically be less stress on that fold itself because it's not like that.
Right.
But it would still have the structure on the inside and on top of the wing.
Indeed. Let's see. That's. Did I not match? I didn't match the angle up right. God, I'm a goof. So we'll put it here.
Why don't you just?
And then I'm going to take it, and then.
I was going to say, I guess I could just plane and then.
Yes. I guess I could just unfold it. I didn't want to. I wanted to do it without it because I like to be able to
shuttle slide it on in there, but
there we go. And now it's in, and now the wings are being supported just as much as
as the fuselage.
As the fuselage.
Yeah.
Or at least where the wing fold is on the fuselage is being supported, which is what we're trying to do. And of course,
since this is rudimentary, it's causing a little bit of a problem because this piece wasn't cut to scale, so it's popping the wing pockets out. But not such a big deal because now, there's definite resistance here.
Whereas, again, if it was just a piece here, and then a piece down here, you wouldn't feel that. So
yeah, that's what I was saying. It'll have the structure, but it won't have the stress.
Right.
As much.
So that's
because that fold isn't being stressed.
Exactly.
So that's interesting. That is very interesting.
Used outside bracing. Okay, so is that like? Did you like extra folds or taping folds that were already on there, like putting? Like, I mean, you showed us how to do it with the Cobra, so I'm imagining it was like taping certain strategic areas that would make the outside, the skin a little bit flatter, and then press down nice and tight.
I mean, that's structural reinforcement. So
this is internal structural bracing.
I mean, you could do various forms. Like NASA over there, he can't do it with Draco. God, why do I keep saying that?
Diablo, because Diablo's got a lot of single paper. He can do it in the front where you've got a wing pocket. But like, I could even probably get away with, well, if I were to put bracing in like the leading edge, for example, I still would end up probably. That sounds like calendar paper.
I don't know what you're talking about, Willis.
That sounds like calendar paper. We'll be right back with more sponsors. Okay, this is.
Yeah, see,
a little bit of a strip there. I was thinking kind of in terms of something like that too, because you're reinforcing the front end.
You know, because even
this isn't going to be the same plane, though.
Even that will help.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you can't. Can you make the mods to make it the same? I mean, dude, even if you cut off, it's still going to be the biggest one because you're using calendar paper.
I know, but it's not going to be the same.
You gotta find your. That's the thing. You gotta find your ratio. Like whatever made. Wait. Are you making a Thunderbolt?
I was going to, but
it's not going to come out the same because the dimensions of the paper aren't the same.
Correct.
Well, again, you gotta ratio it up. Make sure your ratio is the same. If you're using a standard 8.5 by 11, well, then you got to translate it out to the size of the paper that you have. So whatever your longitudinal, whatever the length of the portrait is, you got to match that to the length of the landscape of the same size. Just use multiples of whatever to scale it up.
Man, ain't nobody got time for that.
That's easy to do. I do that with mine all the time because the same thing you're experiencing. It's like calendar paper isn't exact, so I have to cut something off of it. Even to make it a standard A4, you can make it a standard A4.
You got to measure the dimensions, and you got okay. So if you use a multiplier of 2, and then go up a degree.
You know what?
Well, okay. It's a 13 by 17.
Knowing that, this might end up being a new design.
Could be.
Because I don't think I'm gonna do that. Or actually, it won't. Not necessarily a new design. It might be a variant of. It might be a variant. That's probably what I'm gonna do.
I wonder what his star jet looks like. Okay, let me get the tape. Are you thinking about?
That's what I'm gonna do. Because I just
but are you? What? Well,
if I do that, that's gonna be insane. I got an idea.
Watch it, folks. You heard it here first. He has an idea.
Yeah, this is gonna be, dude. This is big. That's what she said.
Well, the whole show is big. We should almost try to build a Zeta on here for OAE's sake. Even though I don't think I have a sheet of paper that's going to cover it.
Man,
unless of course calendar paper will work. I don't know when this started to become a build show, but sometimes some of ours, we feel like we got to make up some ground for that hour wasted on looking at old bases last time.
Right. All right, so that's going to be the basis of okay.
So anyway, I know you guys are all waiting, especially like I said, I got to apologize. Get those how to build videos out there because I know most people are kind of more anxious about how to build videos than anything else, and I don't know why I'm taking because I want it to be something. I don't want to just be nothing. Anybody can just throw something up there like those crazy kids. Plus the fact that again, it's gonna be if it's gonna feature a legend, I gotta make sure I make it a show. It can't just be something simple for a legend. Of course, if I start with a legacy fighter, it's not going to matter because most of you guys don't know them, so they're not as legendary to you as they are to me. You have a lot of those. OAE, every time yours do gain some export notoriety.
Just so you know, if you guys like to use these type of books, these are the smaller versions. I can get these pretty easy. So I just need to know where to send them.
It's always nice to have one of those on hand.
Yep. So that's the bigger version.
This is the bigger version. This one's...
Yeah, I can't get those anymore. Those are harder to find.
These are 5.5 by 3.
Yeah, these are 4.5 by 3.5.
They work just as good, but they are great. They're great.
Yeah, they are pretty durable. They are pretty
durable.
They're good
to stick in your pocket. Use them when you go out there for flights.
Yep. So you can take notes on and everything else. These are.
As you saw on one of my previous shows, there's 15 to 20 years of flight logs in this one.
You could also, get these small composition books.
That's true. Could get those too.
These are not bad, but they don't open. They open this way instead of from the top, so writing is a little bit more difficult in these.
It's true, yeah. The spine kind of fights you in those, kind of.
Oh. And these you gotta have some of these.
Oh yeah, and we all have some of those. Yes.
Those are nice to have on hand
too. You guys aren't familiar with these? Send me a message. I'll school you up on those.
He might actually have a whole library of those just empty waiting for you guys.
I can still get more too.
Good God, really?
Yep. I have them at work.
You're like a drug dealer of a record book.
I have them at work, so I get them. I get them all the time. We use them at work a lot, so.
The memorandums too?
Yeah. Those two particular things, those sizes. They do have a few larger record books, but we don't use those that often. We mostly use those little ones for notes and stuff. When we go to meetings and stuff, if we don't want to take our laptops.
is the Super Starjet bigger or is it just better? I always have to ask that, especially with you, because you have so many different ways of upgrading. But
it's bigger
I always
and better.
wonder because, yeah, I mean, people have a tendency of using it, you know, for both ways. So I don't know.
This is about to get interessante.
Keep it interessante. Oh my God! So we're not gonna say. I don't know about you guys, but I want the most interesting man in the world back.
Oh, Jesus. Man, that thing is loud.
I mean, that's what I'm building right now.
A rock? Well, you're attempting to build a Thunderbolt, but you said it's going to be something new. I know most people's new ventures into paper aircraft is kind of like something that is all singing, all dancing, so a multi-purpose, versatile plane such as that is usually popular. If you can get a glider and a stunter or both, or if you can, you know, both of them, one plane could do both things. Yeah, that has a tendency to be popular with people. It always depends on what, like, again, you know, some of them are fascinated with the, like, every time I throw it, it comes back to me. Wow.
Yeah, the kids usually like that. Like mine love that. Just because of the fact that they don't have to go far to get it, and it actually kind of like it's better than it just gliding across the room. They love the fact that it can loop and stunt and do all that kind of stuff.
It all depends how you brought yourself into it to see it. I mean,
this is already getting super thick.
Well, calendar paper, of course, being what it is.
Oh man, and I didn't fold this exactly. I didn't fold this like Thunderbolt at all, really.
God.
So this is going to be. This is most likely. Yep. This is going to end up being a new design. Yep.
I hate having to contend with new folds
or thick folds.
I don't know if you guys can see how thick this thing is.
This is just a model from the days of yore.
I haven't built one of these in a long time.
But since I kind of started it with the structural thing, and then again, here you go with this. Like when you have a plane like this, you obviously don't need too much in the way of structural enhancements because the front end is just basically it has Dale going on here. So,
I don't patent any of these. You can use these. I just like having acronyms for everything, kind of like the military. I'm a military brat, sue me.
Oh my goodness! How did that not come out even? That's terrible.
The wing spars are the only thing that were strengthened?
Because that's not...
Was it Super Starjet or was it strengthened spars?
Because that's not... Oh, that stinks. That's stressed and pulled that way.
I was thinking about doing something radical with this one, then I realized it's already radical. Is really
that's stressed and pulled it that way, so that's shortened that side.
Fuselage.
That's annoying.
It's got a regular.
That's a lot of stress. I'm just gonna leave it. We'll see how it does.
1 inch high. There you go, people.
Oh my god! Oh. You got a brick I can lay on top of this?
Yeah, actually, I think I do.
You're gonna have to go outside to get it, but I think I got one.
Oh my goodness! I need to just lay it on top of his nose and just to fold it.
Departure, the 4 wings.
Oh my goodness. Yep, that is not a Thunderbolt.
Well, the Vulcan basically is a Starjet upgrade, right? I mean,
I haven't seen all of the Starjet family tree, but after seeing the diversified family tree of Vulcan, I would imagine it is.
But I bet if I would have added that extra fold at the beginning, it probably would have turned out like a Thunderbolt.
See?
But that's because But I still made one extra fold at the beginning that I don't make on Thunderbolt.
If you take... So, he's illustrating basically what I'm saying, though, is like anytime you get a chance to if you use your standard A4 sheet, you use your standard 8.5 by 11 sheet to get whatever plane it is you're getting. Whatever standard sheet you're making. Even if it's a half a sheet. Anything that's upgraded is an easy way to enlarge your plane to make a bomb or transport out of. So
Look at the stress on that.
It's so, wow, dude, yeah, really.
Like I want to fold it in, but I can't. This has to go on the outside.
You can put that on the inside. You got to do what you got to do. Okay, wait. But yeah, do what you're doing right there. Wait,
yeah, you got to take this out.
And then fold it back in on itself, and then collapse it.
Yeah. So take this whole fold out from here down. This sucks.
On a side note, did you guys get to see my apparently highly sought after inventory sheet that I got in there? Yeah, I did that for you guys basically. I didn't really need to do that, but you'll notice again how it looks, and then how much of a work in progress it's probably perennially going to be, because I have so much history I got to look back in on. It ain't even funny. Did you get a chance to look at it?
I didn't look at anything. I've been hopping around, so I haven't looked at a thing.
I was one of the last ones to do that. OAE, if you do that, you're going to have. I imagine your sheet is going to be like this wide and then this short. So it's like going to be, you have like 20, 30, 40 across, maybe 50, but you only have like 1 or 2 or 3 of each. Which one? That's a good question for you, actually. I meant to ask you this before, and I never had, and I wanted to get this out. It's like, which one is the most prolific one you've made? Like, straightforward, no variants. I mean, and how many of it did you make? Because we've all talked about this between us, like how many you must have and why it must be hard to keep track of yours, because you probably have you've got so many designs, but I don't know how many of each design you've made. It's probably been like 3 or 4 or 5 before you moved on to the next one. So it has always intrigued me, like, which one is the most built and how far did you get?
You know what? I got this question, and I've probably had this question for a while, and I don't know if I've asked it before, but how in the world did you find us? Because we're 2 random dudes playing with paper. I'm just curious. That's what we should have called ourselves.
Me and I can't remember what it was. Me and OE, like, he contacted me. God, it's been a while now. Obviously, it has been a while. I think it was through. Was it through the initial message boards, or it might have actually been? Now that I think about it, it might have been our Honest to Goodness home website, and he had put a message in there, which I got, and I was like, "Oh, okay," because I've discovered, not many.
I think I remember you mentioning something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'd have to look back in the admin section of it, and it might still be there. But some people, obviously, people send us messages through that too, and I admit I'm a little bit bad about checking into those, because I expect it to go to an email, and it doesn't, because it goes to just the admin of the boards, so I have to log in there to see them.
Oh yeah,
I'm hoping something like Facebook and the forums to get rid of that.
It's still stressed.
I'm pretty sure that's how it is. So just the Meta Vulcan, like, again, straight up, no subvariants of that one, just Meta Vulcan. Okay, and how many of those? How many of those are there? I can't imagine you've probably had too deep of a line.
Anybody want one of these? Look at the thickness of that.
That's what she said. You are simply going to have to cut some of that out.
This is insane.
There's just no way. You're going to have to cut some of that out.
I've got to cut the stress out.
Or alternately, got the idea here, and you could borrow this from a tech that I use on Quill, because Quill is like that in the nose. Do you remember Quill? You were there for the birth of Quill, and you probably didn't see me turn it into what it is. You saw the prototype only. But Quill, I do something like what you probably will have to do with that one. You can leave, like, right up here. See mine? This one doesn't have it because it's not thick in the nose. But if it was thick, you could technically fold the wings down along a section, say to here, and then cut the nose there, and then have like the remainder of the section stay above it while the wings fold below it, thereby avoiding like the thickest part of your nose that just won't fold.
I don't know if you.
Well, when you get ready to fold the wings, wherever part
I'm
like
trying
right
to get
near the
rid of this
nose
stress.
just won't fold, that's where you cut.
The whole thing won't fold, man. It's so stressed out.
Well, you're gonna have some big problems. Let's see if I got more sheets I can do. I'll do what I'm talking about here with something like this because I can make a fat nose really quick. Yes, but see, that's what I mean. You're talking about like the Vulcan series. A Meta-Vulcan's already a variant of it. That's why I was wondering, like, again, like just the Vulcan, just the Meta-Vulcan. Which one is?
I mean, yeah, obviously the Vulcan family is prolific, but is there a single variant?
I mean, okay, forgive me. I mean, because it could just be a case of all the subvariants still fall under the Vulcan fold. So I get that. I just didn't know if you considered a Meta-Vulcan has, like a subfamily of the Vulcan family. I've got phase A through G, phase 1, A through G, then phase 2, A through M, so that's what I mean. It's like, it's still the phase family, but then the phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Phase 3 is my most prolific. Phase family is obviously the most prolific, but the threes, I've built more threes than anything else.
Yeah.
And as far as the little letters, none of the little letters, I mean, they're usually one-offs. The phase 3 flat is the one that I built the most of, not A, B, C, none of those.
Oh,
that name is just, anytime you do something like that, the name is just conducive to,
goodness.
Adding on.
This is ridiculous.
Okay.
I can't even get this.
Here, Mark, I'll do one real quick to show you what I'm talking about. Just like, again, nothing special, but I'll make it super thick so you know what I was talking about, okay?
I can't even get this to line up. I'm so stressed it just keeps pulling back away from me.
Crap, it's going to turn into like a Java V2.
Yeah,
I try to de-stress it, and it just like, nope, I'm going this way.
I love ya! I love you. That's why I love it.
Hate that.
I love it.
I said I probably would hate it if I went.
No, I doubt it. There's no variation on, like, it barely rains. There's no variation on weather. And I myself love variation. Dude, seriously, I love variations of weather.
There's variation. It's hot and then it's really fucking
See?
There goes doggy ball.
it's cold and then it's
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so I'm showing. Like I said, I'm going to show them really quick. This is kind of turning out to be what a failed javelin was, but bear with me on this one because this nose is super thick, super quick.
See, he never answered my question.
What?
How he found us?
How in the world did you find us?
He's getting to that. He was trying to figure out for me what his most prolific was. That's all.
Yeah.
That was the next question. He was answering mine first. Hey, I got here first, damn it.
He's avoiding me altogether.
Okay, so again, like you said, dealing with stress, right? Okay, so I got a lot of stress in here. Matter of fact, I'm not going to fight it because I'm just doing this for an example, okay? But can you see the 1 inch fold up here?
Yep.
Sorry. Okay, that's super thick. Not as thick as what you're dealing with, but super thick. So, about to fold where the wings go. Now, okay, this one's actually thick to the point where I could avoid it, but for illustration purposes, here is where the inside angle is cutting down. You can see that, right? All right, I'm not going to fold that there where the wing is. What I'm going to do, I don't know for sure where I'm going to put the wing, but I do know I'm not going to fold all the way to the front of the nose. So what I'll do is start a wing fold and take it and cut it. It looks like I'm going to cut the nose off, right? Okay.
Okay, so we got this.
Okay, I got this here. Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting a little sidetracked. I'm putting this anhedral on.
Just because.
Yep. There she blows. Okay. All right.
You see something fly. See something fly past your face. Oh, I know. Okay, so
All right.
are you dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All
what?
right.
So
Okay, I folded the anhedral. Now see what? Okay, did you see what I
I'm
did?
gonna have like 2 feet of.
No, well, I know, but that's what I'm saying. You might have to cut more of that out.
I'm gonna
You
have to
probably-
cut at least
Did you
probably that much off.
Did you see OA's being sarcastic at you?
At 737. What are you talking about? A 737?
That's when he found us at 7:37. That was a good answer.
Actually, he said, "How did you find it?" Didn't you say how?
I didn't say when. Yeah.
Oh, he said how.
I didn't say what
Okay.
time. I said how.
Wait. So we're on to you. So don't just say, "Well, I looked at YouTube and it was the only live paper airplane shot I could find." No sarcasm here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
No,
anyway, see-
it's legitimate. It's legitimate. So
So see
I'm
what
just
I
more
did
so
there? Okay.
curious because if you found him, obviously not me, but we ain't doing it right at this point. We got to figure
Well,
it out.
Well, like I said, the website is. I think that's how it caught us. It caught us
I'm gonna
together.
cut this much off.
Well, well, dude, what are you trying to accomplish with it? You want?
I'm trying to accomplish a fold.
Well, no, I mean it's to be an interceptor. It's to be an enlarged interceptor, to be a transport plane, right?
Yeah, well, it didn't come out. I mean,
Well,
it probably would have. But-
you answered the question at 17. Which one? Oh, bloody hell! Do you got timestamps on there? Because I can't see timestamps.
I can't see timestamps. Hang on.
Can't see timestamps either. Oh, well, I'm looking at the stats here, though. Are you talking about my question or his question?
No, he's talking about my question.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing.
No, because he never answered whether or not how he found it. It had to be mine because I was asking how many they were prolific. So, which one is most prolific? I just wanted to know how many it was. So, okay, but anyway, you're going to have to cut. You're going to have to cut some of that off because again, it's already going to be what you need it to be, right? It's already going to be a transport / interceptor, vice versa, at size. So you don't need it to be
As heavy as it is, you can cut half of that off. You're still going to get what you want out of it.
Yeah. I just don't want to lose
No, I
the
get
nose.
it. I get it.
So probably gonna cut it at this angle. I don't know if I got scissors strong enough to cut this. I gotta.
always have you like 3 or 4 different kinds of scissors.
Yeah, I gotta go get me some scissors like that.
Okay, here. See what you see what I did? Here, I'll show you. See,
And then what do you do with the nose?
I did that. Remember now, if you remember, I did that with your Thunderbolt before. I've got a picture of that thing.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Yeah, and it's like this avoids the thickest part altogether. Your wings just miss it. You could just leave that up there. It's a nice little, call it a cockpit if you want, but it's a nice little stability aid. You don't have to cut it. You don't have to do anything. It's part of the nose. It's part of the plane. And just leave it in there. Quill has that.
Yeah, and that's about where I need to put it. About right there.
Yeah, see, so
That's what I do. Just like
I
cut.
can't even hold
if
this
you've
thing
got-
together.
if you've got, I don't know because I can't tell on your sheet, but if you've got an area on the fuselage where your folds come back in, that like go out to the leading edge from the keel,
Yeah.
you can cut the wing at what will be the wing and the fuselage. You can cut it at that point, either back or forward.
That's there, and that's too
yeah,
far
there
back.
you go. And just follow a line along the thickest part, even if it's straight. Follow the line.
Yeah, because it goes down here at an angle.
Yeah, there you go. So
Oh,
just-
wait,
yeah,
this
there you
goes straight down,
go. Okay.
and then this thickness there's a thickness here that goes from here to here.
There you go.
But then there's this one right here. But I need to cut probably at least a good 3 inches.
Well, then you probably should cut. See where your finger, the pointer finger on your other hand. Yeah, you should probably cut that much nose off. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Probably
cut that whole thing off.
Yeah, probably get rid of that much nose. Hey, you
That's a
could
lot.
give it that. Well, I know you could give it that reverse slant we were talking about on the noseless spider. That variant that I was showing you. That would be really cool on there.
I thought about it. I have to cut it up this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, just cut it up that way and give it the point at the top. Because I was going to do that, and I was like, wait a minute, I don't know if I want to do that. So I decided to cut it. I was going to cut it this way and give it the point on the bottom.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, well, either way, because I know you want a point on there somewhere. And
Yeah,
I don't think it would look.
I mean, the reverse
think it
one actually wouldn't be a bad idea. I just didn't know if I wanted to do that again because that other one kind of failed me.
Because I mean, if it is that thick and you give it a pointed nose, that nose is just going to get destroyed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is super, super thick. But I definitely need to
Was
cut
that
probably at least this much off.
That was the first contact, the emblems video? Wow. I didn't realize that. I didn't know that was the first one. I know it was a while back. I just didn't know how.
Oh, you reached out to him on a video?
Yeah, I believe so. Because he doesn't. I mean, you've looked him up. He doesn't have very many videos.
Right.
And the
He's
last time he
slacking
put
on
a
the
video
videos.
up, it was like 11 years ago. Which actually I believe is quicker than me, but
I put it on right.
Put it on wrong.
Oh, I really thought I put it on right.
Put it on wrong, woman.
My brain.
I don't know. It does make me wonder, like I said, just because of how many oh, I'm not gonna wander off.
I can't get
I'll
this
leave
stinking thing to stop stressing.
You may have to add you might seriously actually have to add some cuts into it just to let it freeze so the stress stops.
I know, because you see I keep pulling it back, and then I keep trying to flatten it out, and then it still won't. It's still pulling back down. Like, it's so thick and stressed, it's pulling back around the plane. Because I'm trying to do this here, and then when I do that, it just
See that, yeah.
it just goes right back to being uneven. It's hard to
That's
tell
what I
with the
was
light,
thinking
but
of doing.
it's a little uneven. It's just slightly off.
I
don't know if
haven't
you can
put
see that.
I don't think I've put hardly any of my badges or squadron patches. Yeah, that is like fully wrinkled. I don't think I've put many of my squadron badges or patches on the like available to see. I think the only one everybody really knows is the Mad Ducks because I use the Mad Ducks. I feature them often.
Be...
I know you haven't heard it much, because mascots. Speaking of which, I still need your mascots on that base, OAE. And I need a couple of years too. Actually, there's a couple of years that are still missing mascots. They got to be better than the Bentleys.
I don't know what you're talking about.
If I was you, mascots are different than like plane names. I mean, if you have duplicates of them, I mean, if you just want to call them simply the Tigers, call them Tigers. Everybody can have everything. We just use it right now. I mean, there's some unofficial squadrons, but mostly it's the wings and groups that have them. So however many you've got is perfectly welcome. But I mean, we feature like on the sheets. If you've seen the installation sheets, we feature the mascots for like the wings and groups. If you got the squadrons, great. I mean, I'll put them on there too. It's just OAE for your example. I know you've got a bunch, so I mean, if you just have the squadrons, I'm just going. You're going to be the only one because I don't have, except for the Scorpions. The Scorpions out of the 449th that I have, they have their squadrons have mascots, but they're the only one of mine. I've never really played with it that much.
This is so thick.
Using it. Be careful. Hey, let's be careful watching this, folks, because we can see our first blood spurtage on these.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Whoo. Whoo, you gonna... Whoo.
Why don't you just get a Dremel saw and just cut the puppy right off?
Yeah, I know, man. Because I don't have scissors strong enough for this.
I don't even think these would be strong enough for that. I think I need to give you... Here, wait, here. I'll give you those to you.
I can't take them.
He's busy cutting with that.
Yeah, and this ain't even strong enough.
Okay, the next thing we're going to have to get, obviously, guys, we feature a
We're
lot
gonna
of
have to get a
hobby
first aid kit.
We're going to have, like, your tape, your stapler. Yeah, you always have your little hobby essentials for this, but also apparently what we're going to need is a miter box and a saw, because they do make a miter box and a saw for something like this. It's usually about the size of a coolant gill like this, which you can cut through it. Hey, man, if you had one of these, you could do it, by the way, couldn't you? You could just fit it right in there and then cut it in a spot. Here, let me hand you this.
Yeah, that would work. Every inch I move, I'm like, oh, am I gonna stab myself this time?
Can you use a mini clamp? You might be able to hold it together with a mini clamp. I keep all this stuff on hand, just for various aspects. Mostly that, but you never know. Night moves! Still been cold and rainy. Haven't been able to fly much. Plus the fact that I'm running out of daylight now.
Yeah,
I don't know about you guys.
It's been a little. Weather's been crazy this way.
How's y'all's weather been doing? Because like now, basically,
hot.
even though I get off,
it was hot today. We set a record today for the heat.
Dude, I get off at 5 o'clock, and if I don't fly in the parking lot, I barely got enough time to get a flight day in. So,
why is it?
Although
just dark
I can't,
or too cold?
Well, it's the sun is going down, and it's still light enough to fly. It's just if you don't have a solid sun-baked surface, you're already going to be contending with ground level humidity. So it's like, well, how many flights do you want out of a brand new plane before it just dies?
With humidity all the time, anyways.
Well, it's true. I mean, I know you got it worse. Well, I don't know. You could arguably have it worse, but still.
Yeah, my humidity's still like 80%.
This is almost why you need to concentrate on your well, not concentrate, but like you were trying to talk about your specific designs, especially the ones that do have double sheets, because they're more resilient.
You know what I needed to work on is actually a humidity, almost like those plastic ones.
Like the ones Robert has that has like, complete laminate around them.
Yeah, because they're not susceptible to the humidity.
Right.
To a degree, I guess. I mean, if you seal it completely or make it of plastic, then that would be ideal.
Like the Phase 5, yes.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah.
Ooh, you guys almost saw that one. You almost saw that one. That grazed me. That grazed me.
I think Mark left for this one back at Raintree. I think he had moved to Brookwood. I'm not sure if he was present for it, but I did take 360 and 361 out, which were two of the Phase 5s at the time, and flew them during a rainstorm, which was really cool.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that one. It was like one of the
first times I did that. Yeah, but I told you about it, and you were gone. Like, seriously, I think you'd only been gone for like a week. You had just moved out, and like I flew those too, and like, man, it was really cool. It was really cool seeing the water beat up and then flow out from the front end of the aircraft. That was really cool.
Yeah, because that's when we went to Brookwood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Right.
went to the house and you went to the house and then the apartment, or you went to the apartment and then the house?
Apartment.
You went to the apartment and the house.
Yeah.
Right. So it had
the
to,
house.
yeah. Okay. So yeah, that would be right. You went to Brookwood. Okay.
Yeah, I thought I was in Brookwood.
Yeah. Yeah. And took Sammy with you.
Out of all places, I mean, how did he ended up there as well?
Well, Terry was there too.
And in the
well,
same,
actually, that's where you met. That's where you met Terry. Right?
It's not like it was like on an apartment building on the other side of the thing. It was right next door almost. Basically like he was at Raintree.
Basically. Sammy, if you're out there, shout out. What's going on?
Terry, he doesn't even know if he's out there.
No, I know. Terry's, I know, is out there. I don't know if he ever gets on, but
I don't know. I don't think so. Because he's got his own thing going on. He was streaming the other night. I was chatting with him.
We're expanding our horizons.
Well, there's that.
It looks like a log.
Oh, man. Now let's see if I can...
We're trying to sit with him, folks, and see exactly how this is going for him, because...
I don't even know how this is going to go. I just don't, because I can just see this going bad.
I have to admit, on my sheet that I did, I got a little bit further than I expected to, because I literally did not expect to find, not exactly find it. Some of these weren't even lost, but I didn't expect to have, as it were, the ones that I could, find and be able to confirm that I knew where they were.
What are you talking about?
Because you like your sheet, you did green and red. Red is retired or gone, like you don't have, and green is you have it. You know where it's at in one way, shape, or form.
Right. Yes. So that
Well, there's quite a few of mine that are good.
Yeah, for me, it was. I needed to know which ones I had and which ones I was missing.
Right.
So, regardless of where they went missing or how they went missing, is irrelevant. I just needed to know whether or not I had them or not.
Like practically my entire active sheet is clear because I have so many to track down, and although I have to admit there's a lot of green on there. So, and there would be a lot of green. There should be a lot of green until I get to the phases.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, as long as I don't count the phases, that page is going to be mostly green. Once I get to the phases, it's going to start going red. It's already pretty bad because the javelins are on there. I do not have a lot of the 200 javelins. Well,
yeah, we lost those.
Actually, no, you know what? I shouldn't say that. I have over half of them, but I can't quantify the rest. Venoms are obviously good. It's really funny because the ones that, I did a 3-tab. I went further than these guys did. I went with an active, I went with a retired, and then I did my test and evals because my test and evaluation fleet's pretty big too.
Yeah, so, I haven't gotten there yet. I'm still working.
Valkyrie and Arstea is still in there. Hagataka is in there, even though it won't be for long. But
all right, folks.
Yeah, my retired sheet is almost completely red. Out of the, I have no idea how many cells are actually active in that, but 11 planes are green. 12 planes are green. Everything else is red.
That actually doesn't look half bad.
See? That worked out good then.
How long is it? After the cut, this thing is 11 inches if you go to the tip. So if you go to this tip and not this one, it's 11 inches to here. And if you just do this fold, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches across. Almost 6 inches across. Yeah.
So substantially big.
Yeah, it's 11 by 6. That's
it's
insane.
A sheet of paper.
That's pretty big.
It's a sheet of paper.
Yeah, it's almost the size of an 8.5 by 11.
And yet it's new, right? It's nothing.
Yeah, this is new. This is new. It was intended to be a Thunderbolt, but I was like, no, there's no way this is going to end up being a Thunderbolt by the time I'm done with it, because I can't fold it that way. So, because with Thunderbolt, I don't fold the paper in half to start it, and that's the first thing I did with this one. And then I normally fold 3 folds down on the nose, and I only folded 2.
Ah, okay.
So I could have technically gotten a Thunderbolt out of this, but then the first fold still wouldn't have been. It still would have been different because I don't fold it in half like that.
Ah, okay. All
So
right. That
either
makes
way,
sense, sure.
either way, I mean, if I would have done that, then I guess it could have been a variant of Thunderbolt, which is doubling it up, which I might do. I might do later, and by later, I don't know if tonight. We're already in an hour and a half in.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, time goes by. Time fun when you're having flies.
Oh man, took me an hour and a half to
So,
fold this stinking thing. This thing's so thick.
Now, when you build the bigger ones too, there's obviously various ways to do it, and one of the peak ways to do it is, of course, having a bigger sheet of paper. However, if you can't, what works in a pinch, and I was desperate enough to have to do this back in the day, was you can carefully fuse them together by taping like 4 standard sheets, A4s, 8.5 by 10s, and 11s, along their seams, because I've done this to get my original Phase 1 cargo birds, any of the very cargo versions. I would tape them, 4 notebook papers, tape them like that, and then fold it. It does work because it gives them extra strength through the tape, but
I don't like doing it that way. If anything, I would use like a little bit of glue stick.
Yeah.
It does add weight even with the glue stick, but I think it's a stronger bond.
It's not highly recommended, but it is possible. It's just another way you could do it. I mean, if nothing else, you could explore. Yeah, because like you said, a heavier weight with glue stick, a heavier weight with the tape. You're going to get more weight than you normally would have. But it's another way to get you a larger sheet too. So
Yes, you can definitely do that. Which, shoot, I mean, I'm not going to do that tonight, obviously, but
I've thought about like increasing my sizes because I have a lot of sizes. Like,
that's not what I wanted, but that'll work.
I'm eventually going to have all of them. I might even build a Hakataka out of the big sheets before you get all of them. But I mean, because that plane is definitely conducive to full size. You can make any size out of that one.
You can definitely go full size on that one. I don't know how I want to put that piece of tape on there, but that's going to work. We're going to do it that way. Because I really don't want that to be open, taking all that damage. But we're going to do it.
It's interesting that after all those folds, it turned out looking like a semi-normal plane.
I know, right?
Because it really does. It looks
pretty basic.
It looks like a Diablo. Yeah, it looks.
But it's definitely not. Like, Diablo's not anywhere close to this. It looks like it. But it is super thick still in the front.
Well, like you said, that's what you kind of wanted, right? You wanted it to be bomber/transport, whatever this turned out to be. So
yeah. This might be I can't stand you.
Ain't nobody got time for that. What did I do? I'm just trying to expand.
I got so many ideas right now. Because
this is how it's supposed to be.
This is not how it's supposed to be.
Yes, it is. You keep talking about how you wanted to, like, work on one at a time and everything.
I do want to work at one at a time. I'm tired of building new ones and not doing anything with them. I want to work with what I have.
But if you have new ideas, you can't just quell the new ideas.
Yeah, you
if it's a flow, you gotta flow forth. This is all too deep for me, man.
Don't make us get into our talk about nothing and something.
These people aren't ready for that yet.
They are not ready for that. They might not even be ready for tackling fuel.
And we were trying to get KIA on board to like illustrate how the master of the large planes. I mean, respect to Meta Vulcan and the Omni Wing and the Zeta and stuff like that, OAE, but he's upsized Sabretooth so well. That thing is, God. Poster board is definitely a good way to go when it talks about bigger planes. Oh yeah, get yourself some poster board.
That stuff, that ain't no joke.
I'm afraid to fly this thing.
Why, you might take out a light?
I might actually like it.
Good God.
It might
What's
fly.
the worst that could happen?
It might end up flying. But
It's good
I mean,
fly.
it might not.
Well,
Because if
again,
it
since
doesn't
you're-
and it flies good, I don't know. I'm going to be upset at myself.
since you're practically empty in the transport bomber world, any little help you could get would help.
I know, but if this thing outdoes Spider or any of the, I'm going to be so angry. I mean, it shouldn't because it's so heavier. It's so much heavier that the distance should be limited.
Again, but you do need the bombers. So I mean, a bomber
Yes,
to
don't get me
have
wrong.
distance-
Yes.
A bomber needing distance and gaining distance, that's no big deal. You should have that.
See,
So
all right. See, this is why I don't. I've already come up with like 4 ideas already at the top of my head. I ain't got time to do all of them tonight.
tonight, well, you're not trying to do all of them tonight.
I want to.
Well, the thing is you got to make sure. This is what remember that little sheet that you were just showing us? The thing right here? This is what this is for. If you can't fold it, you're going to have to write it down to remind yourself, or at least videoize it.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I got the video. So, first idea was to cut into the back, like a face.
What, the slanted trailing edge?
Yeah, the slanted trailing edge.
Okay.
Then I was like, oh, then I could cut the anhedrals again and put the X-wing on it because I got 2. It's double sided, so I can put an X-wing on it, and that'll definitely help it fly straight.
That would definitely, that would probably help your transport out if it's going to be
So-
a transport or a big bomber.
So then I was like, oh, well, what if, to help with some of the weight, instead of doing what I did and folding it in half, I just cut it in half and then make 2 out of the same sheet.
Well, hush your mouth. Now you're just talking gibberish.
So now I get 2 for the price of 1. And that'll trim down some of the weight, and it'll still have the size ratio.
Hey, Robert, what's going on, man? Robert's here.
What
Hello,
is
chicks.
up? How's it going? Glad you could stop by.
Yeah, especially now that he's thinking about taping and laminating his whole thing.
Well, so since he's kind of relatively close to my area, I mean, granted, do your planes have, or I should say, are they affected by humidity at all?
His? Oh,
Yeah. So,
he's got to have problems, I would imagine.
I mean, I just want to know if, with the way you tape them up all the way, are they still somewhat affected by the humidity, or does it matter at all for them? Because that's...
Oh, because you could, yeah, you're right. All right. I see where you're getting at.
Because if
When you
his
start
plane, because my idea is I'm trying to find something that's not affected by humidity as much. Because I'm dying down here with the humidity. Like, it's got to be affecting almost all of my planes way more than it ever has.
Well, especially, I would imagine the new one, Raptor, because again, Raptor's a single paper, and like something like Diablo, because if it doesn't have the extra skin folds, it's going to be worse.
Yep.
Although, if you got something with wing pockets that you fold in and out, like say Vortex or Viper, I mean that could be too, because it could start to pillow and billow on one side or the other, right?
Yeah.
Pick a number.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I was getting ready to push the button too. I should have shown. I sent you the picture of the brace though. That was pretty funny,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
It's
that's
not-
fine.
it's-
I mean, as soon as I
it's-
saw it, glass shatters was up. Like,
I know, but the funny part is it's not metal on the outside like they said it was going to be. Because he has
The
like that rugged one where he can actually bend his knees and everything.
Yeah.
And see, mine is internal, like the metal structure is internal, so it's locked into place. So I really can't bend my knee that much right now. Well, I mean, I'm not wearing it right now because they wanted me to not wear it in the evening. So my muscles and the joints and everything don't get so used to it that they just stop working.
oh yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, you got to keep them. Want to keep them functional.
Yeah, so for me it was
It's one thing to have a
man,
rest.
it
It's another thing
freaking
to be.
hurts, man.
Oh god. Oh jeez. Oh boy. Okay, so. Okay, now there's the difference in sheets. Because
So
obviously a
yeah,
folder,
so that's that.
a folder makes. Okay, so it's a little longer. So see, if you would do it that way, you're going to come up with a different aircraft because it's about a ½ inch bigger, being the folder that it is. So we're going to take that ½ inch off. Oh, I'm sorry, it's about
Oh,
3/4
must
of an
be.
inch.
He's either on his phone or he left. Because he's
I
taking
think
a
he
while to
usually pops
respond.
in on his phone. So
Yeah, so he's probably taking a minute to type that answer up if he's, if he heard it.
yeah,
If you didn't hear
It
the
was-
question, Robert, let me know.
he's trying to find out about your humidity problem.
I'm
That
just
we
trying to
all
find out
share,
about
but-
my humidity. My humidity.
Humidity. Silly human. Okay, so that's got to be at Scheiße. Hold on. Hold on.
I
I'm
dropped the
getting
phone
it. I'm
and
getting it.
who knows what.
I would like to think that, like, but then again, you could always do something like this too. In the meantime, you know, if you're building something out of, say, folder paper, that definitely wouldn't be as affected by.
Man, I don't want to. Not that I don't want to build something out of folder paper, but man, it was hard enough to fold this one.
Well, you're not making that one. I can't make a javelin out of this. This is what you reserve the good fighters for. I mean, again, Diablo out of this? Boy, that plane would kick. You definitely got to do Diablo out of one of these. Diablo is
I
just
technically,
screaming
yeah, I
for
did.
it.
I did a big one out of that.
Out of folder paper?
Yeah.
And did it turn out okay?
No,
What do you mean, no?
because I had taped on anhedrals.
Oh, well. Take those off and fly it like a regular one, only with the stuff.
I wonder. I could probably
wonder.
change mine.
Okay,
That's
so-
interesting. I just thought about that. I'll try that later. I had another idea.
Well, you have a bunch of ideas. Just
It
like I
wasn't.
said, try-
It was more stream related than it was plane related. It was
Oh, okay.
an easier way
Well, as
to
long
get
as
the
you-
sound bites to work.
As long as you can remember your plane ideas that you were thinking of, that's crucial. Yeah, we are making
Yeah.
big birds tonight. So yeah, what? Yeah, did you get them on that humidity thing? What's,
So
you got to have humidity problems. I
You-
would imagine in Georgia, it's got to be just as
do
bad.
your planes have humidity problems?
But
That would be the simplest question, I guess.
he's more curious. He's obviously more curious because of the taping, because you use all the tape around him. It's like,
It should seal it off.
And yeah, in theory, yeah. I mean,
None at all.
I
See, there
remember-
we go.
see,
Okay.
so your
You-
next
you
step
might-
could be to laminate yours like he does.
See, you might have gotten me there, Robert. You might have gotten me. You might have pulled me to the dark side. Or the light side, or whatever you want to call it.
I would call it the
The
light
heavier
side.
side.
Man. I would think advanced materials like that is kind of like the wave of the future.
So is that packing tape or is that Scotch tape? What do you use, I should say? Is it packing tape, Scotch tape?
I think it's like a Well, he showed me like ones that he purchases straight up.
I don't necessarily want to use wax packing tape. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Packing tape. Okay.
And have you watched some of
So
his,
now
like,
my
how to
question,
build videos
now
with
my
that
next
stuff?
question is, how much packing tape do you go through for one plane?
You're gonna have to dedicate a roll to a few planes.
I mean, granted, packing tape is wider. And how many layers do you use? Is it just one, or do you know? I'm just trying to get an idea so I know exactly what I'm adding. Quarter of a roll? Oh man, I can make 4 planes. Or
Well,
in this one, I probably
you
use
don't have to
one.
go.
So you 1 layer. Okay, so that's not terrible.
Yeah, I mean, like, it don't have to go all out. Well, yeah, you do kind of gotta go all out. Don't listen to me. You probably gotta go all out. So
But a quarter of a roll for 1 plane, that's crazy.
it all depends on your coverage. I mean,
That's-
really, as long as
Man, he's probably got some of the most expensive planes on here.
oh, I'm sure of it. I'm definitely sure of it. Like I've seen those because, like I said, the how
Yeah.
to builds. You need to watch his how to build so he sees how he wraps those with tape, and then you kind of get an idea. And it's like, man, even if I were to do mine, I don't think I would. I mean, I've seen him like so. I would definitely take like the one strip, tape that one strip, tape that, cut off the excess so it form fits, and then same on the opposing side. But that's why he says using a quarter because again, using probably a whole strip per hedral. Whole strip for this, actually 2 strips. You know what I mean? You're covering the whole thing.
Yeah.
But like, you're not folding over, obviously, because that would start to get a little complicated. You can't take it, press it here, hope you get this press right, then hope you get the press right there. That's too tricky. You just gotta work with your strips.
Yeah. I'm not doing that. That's yeah. That's
You don't want to time for that.
yeah. I'm not even gonna say it because ain't nobody got time for that.
But it is definitely. I mean, like I would think I could go with that route. If you're not going like just the plain old plastic route, because you could just plasticize it, but at least ones that could be plasticized. Because again, Thunderbolt is not an option. This is why my all-weather interceptor has been under development for I don't know the better part of 10 years.
Well, maybe that packing tape would work for you. So
It's true, but I wanted a brand new design too. I don't want something off the shelf. I want a brand new design for that.
oh, okay. Well, so
That's why it's taking so much
so
longer.
what about that, Robert? Are they affected by rain?
I remember the all-weather proofing I did to the first all-weather phase back in like I think the late
Yeah.
80s. It worked, but
Because
holy
what I'm
crap.
thinking is like, oh, that's cool. Okay, so it's not affected by rain either. I
Oh, no,
I
that thing-
wouldn't
that
think
thing
so. As long as you seal it properly, it shouldn't be. But
I mean, even if you left seams, like say at the wing leading edge, does it really matter? Who cares? I mean, the rest of it's taped. It's going to maintain its form, whether the paper gets wet or not.
yeah. But what I was thinking is taking a plane like this and then taping it,
That's a whole roll of tape right there.
or at least half. I mean, but it shouldn't be too bad.
I would say it also depends on what you're trying to get across, because I mean, like, really, you could just use tape as a strengthening tool. You don't have to like laminate the whole body.
How wide is that? I mean, it'll cover up almost the whole wing in one strip.
He gets all the fancy stuff too. He gets nice colors and designs on his. I mean, you could obviously use basic tape, but with designs, it makes it kind of cooler.
Oh yeah.
For coding, we'd have to watch it. Well, actually, I guess we just tape a little code strip on there somewhere. Especially if you get some scannable paper ready for us.
Yeah, well, that's not my plan. I never want to leave them out overnight, period. So.
Nobody wants their planes out overnight. But if they have to be, it would be nice if they're all weather.
Oh, snap. Okay.
I do remember the first, like I was starting to talk about it. The first one I did, It was literally a phase 1. I can't remember its number. It was early 100s. I'd like to say it was 121. 121. Oh man, it was paper, and it was a single paper. Then I put aluminum foil over it. Then I put like Reynolds wrap or like plastic wrap over the top of that, and taped anywhere that was loose. And I tested that one out by submerging it in the sink. And it came out dry. I mean, the paper was unaffected, but it was completely shielded. That one was waterproof.
So, question on that one, Robert. If it does eat all the paper away, does it still fly? Do you just have a clear plane left? Or whatever tape color you're using?
What would you... At that point, what would you care? You would just have like, well, I still got the plane. I mean, you couldn't no longer technically call it a paper plane, but
I mean, okay, so it doesn't fly. Okay.
Oh, that sucks.
I mean, I'm guessing you're saying no because it's happened. I'm just assuming so.
Imagine one day cutting a hole in your plane and then like, emptying it out and there's just black goop running out.
But couldn't you just add more tape to the shell?
Oh, it has done that. Well, I imagine you could, but then you're just sealing it. Man, what stinks in here? Oh, is this one of my moldy old planes?
See, so does that work? Have you tried that? So I mean, I'm just curious. Now we're getting into questions that This is just kind of entertaining at this point. Like, well, can you do this? Can you do that?
This is what would happen if we turn this into one of a builds. We build one of his on the show, and you're going to have a roll of tape ready because that's how it is.
I gotta go stock up, and the funding hasn't hit this year yet.
Oh God!
Does work with the tape will be really weak. Okay, gotcha. So note to self, make sure it is sealed completely.
Now, is that one of your ideas? You said you had ideas. Is that one of your ideas?
No, I haven't done that. I have not melted wax on paper. I don't think I plan on it either.
He mentioned something about like a while back during one of the shows. As a matter of fact, he mentioned something about using like copy paper, and I was intrigued by that because like you mean like the carbon sheets, like the super thin sheets? Because I've done that before. It really kind of didn't work too well. I mean, it worked okay, but
I mean, if you
I would have thought
added tape to it.
Well, yeah, but that's what I was worried about because like he has a tendency to like laminate his birds. So if it was like a case of copy paper that was completely laminated,
that adds a different aspect to it because again, even with tape, that plane's a lot lighter than one of these would be.
So in theory, you could just have something of hot wax and just dip it.
That's almost like true lamination.
Dip it in the plane. Dip the plane in a bowl of hot wax.
Whew. That had to be a really, really steaming bowl. Which again can happen. I'm like, wow, I'm thinking to think of that. That's interesting. I'm trying to think of where would you get enough wax? I guess hobby wax you could do that, right?
Yeah. I would assume that you could just go to the hobby store and get some, or the craft store or something and get some wax.
Well, let's go.
We'll be back, folks.
We'll be back, folks, or we'll take you live with us as we go to the hobby store.
When you hear me scream, you'll know why.
That's like, and again, just what you had said before, this makes all of his planes like instantly more expensive than any of ours.
Yeah, like he's got the quantity. Roger's got the money.
Right. I mean, dude, anytime there would be like, oh man, I could just imagine like if we were like real Air Force situation where we're competition, it's like, okay, well, he's gonna bring like 5 different types of one design. Robert's is gonna be the most expensive one out there.
I'm not gonna have any.
The one with the lowest bidder is definitely not gonna be his, but it'll definitely look the most advanced.
So when you say water won't hurt them anymore, you're saying the humidity won't affect it either? I'm assuming not. I mean,
humidity is just the more mildest form of water, so yeah, most definitely not. I would think. I mean, I think
yeah, I'm just curious as to how, like, how much.
Humidity definitely seems to. It's a lot sneakier.
Yeah,
because that's wet air molecules. That's not pure like raindrops. We're talking small. But I wouldn't see why I would have a problem in something like that.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, why is it so? I mean, granted, we have a lot of humidity down here. I mean, shoot.
If you see, that's the thing. You might need to, if you don't have one, you may need to invest in a small dehumidifier. And like in cases where you do fly, when you do fly in an environment like that, if you bring them home and get them in that room quick enough, they should get back to
75% humidity right now at 11:30 at night.
Well, yeah.
At 80 degrees. At 80 degrees.
And see, well, that's the thing. The only real way to beat humidity is to fly in uncomfortability. Because if you fly at high noon, the humidity is best on the planes. Because at least the heat's competing with the humidity, and they won't feel it as much. That's why my planes in South Carolina never died this bad. Because I would fly as soon as I got home from school. It's like 3, 4 in the afternoon. You start to fly. It's like
still hot.
It's humid. It's still hot. It's humid. It's still hot. So the heat is fighting it off. The plane survived that.
Yeah, but your body ain't fighting it off. I feel like I'm in a sauna.
Well, hey, again, you want to be down there. I mean,
I don't want to shovel snow.
Twilight is the worst time. Twilight is the worst. That's when it eats it up the worst. Because once the sun starts going down, it starts to, the humidity's not being fought anymore. It's like, okay, bring it on because they're probably done.
Yeah.
We will need that. Thanks for that, Robert. That'll be great. That'd probably be intriguing for obviously more than just us, but.
Yeah, see, it's just frustrating.
Well, I mean, again, but you're dealing with a lot of your planes that again are single papered, which I mean, it could be argued which one gets it worse, a double folded one, because again, if you have a double fold, it could be billowy, especially something in Spider's count where like there's already stress on there, so when humidity hits it, anything that pockets or poofs is going to poof that much more. But then, like it's doubled, so like it could fight it. You know what I mean? Like you could. Part of your wing's still going to be normal, so the plane might still fly. Whereas if you took Diablo or the new Raptor out there, and it's got a single paper in the back of the wing, the humidity hits it, there's just no recovering that because the back of the wing starts to make like an S.
Yeah.
Because the wetness hits it.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm dealing with.
Yeah, so, I mean, no, I understand that. It's like, what's worse, the double paper or the single paper? I mean, you ought to seriously. That's what we're going to keep talking about, like folder paper, like the one that you just made, like anything with more advanced materials, definitely ought to be the way you're going. And what Robert's talking about, wax them up and tape them up, boy. That you guys down south might be the key to lead in. Go to the dark side. Go to the light side.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Well, your hobby office is coming together. You should be fine. The NASA factory ought to be able to crank out some of these.
Well, you see that was pretty easy to do.
It wasn't it? Or are you being sarcastic? Okay. I'd like to see. I can imagine dipping. Single has it work? Yeah, I would think so too. Because again, there's no recovery. I mean, once your wing starts to form an S because it got wet, even if you dry it out, it's probably going to retain that. Although, again, you could unfold it out of there. You could create a crease. As long as you keep the creases symmetrical, you could technically get it back out. But The doubles, the doubles again. If you've got a top wing and a bottom wing of the same dimensions, in theory, it should retain it. The billowy portion could be fought. Dude, you had it before. Remember, NASA? You would put remember you brought us into the double-sided tape. You put a double-sided tape on the inside of
Like the wing pocket.
the wing pocket, and you're holding them both down.
Yes, but that was different.
That was different. That's true.
Because I was just trying to stop the poofing.
Don't want to shovel snow. You know what? I'm pretty sure in Arizona, you wouldn't have to shovel snow, and you'd be away from the humidity.
Yeah, but I'd also be away from the beach.
The whole state is a beach. There's all a bunch of sand and rocks. What, dude?
No, there's no. Granted, I don't really go to the beach that much, anyways, and I live right next to it.
I mean, yeah. What's so big about the beach? You want to hear some crashing waves? Turn on Google or Siri and say "Hey Siri, crashing waves."
Let's see if that works. Hey Siri, play Crashing Waves.
I couldn't find Crashing Waves.
Oh my God! Really? Why?
Hey Siri, play Ocean Sounds.
Sometimes they're so stupid.
I couldn't find Ocean Waves sounds in your music.
Oh, okay. Because I don't have anything in my music.
Well, yeah. Stop looking in your music. Just play the sounds. God, what is she? Sometimes they're so dumb.
Hey Siri, why are you so dumb?
I'm, as yet, imperfect, but I'm learning.
I'll see. They
Not
all admit
enough.
to their mistakes.
Not fast enough.
Hey, ask Siri who is her father.
Hey Siri, who is your father?
I have you. That's enough family for me.
Wow. Wow. I am your
Entertaining to say the least.
father. They got to make it that way.
Oh yeah, here's a good one. Hey Siri, where are you?
Right here.
Really? That's it?
No, hang on. Hey Siri, where are you?
Right here.
Hey Siri, where are you?
Here.
Okay. Hey Siri, where are you?
Right here.
Okay, you're not doing it. You're freaking retarded. She'll say it every now and then, but she'll say I am wherever you are.
Oh.
Or something stupid like that. See, we're getting off topic again, dagnabbit.
I know. Hey Siri, how do you melt wax onto paper airplanes? Man, if she goes into step one, I would flip. Maybe she would just point her way to tap paper planes.
Right.
I suggest you watch a video. Here is the link. Well, thank God they don't audibilize links, because if they did, you couldn't type fast enough to keep up with them.
Oh, this is gonna be cool. Let's ask this. Hey Siri, have you heard of IVPAC Global?
Interesting.
That's all? That's all we get? God. Siri, you're lame.
Okay. Hey Siri, have you heard of IVPAC Global?
I've not heard that.
Well, learn, woman. God.
I know. Well.
Okay, so anyway.
Hey Siri.
That's it?
I'm listening.
I don't care.
I don't have an answer for that. Is there something else I can help with?
Your face. She hung up.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, she's like, okay, stupid humans, let's go.
Okay, yeah. You see, get off topic.
So, anywho, so you, how many ideas were you cursing me about? 4 or 5?
So what?
You started God, I hate you. What was the idea? You got, you know which ideas you're going to be using there. You don't want to build them now, but you know which ones you got.
Yeah. So I was thinking about the STE. I was thinking about the X-wing, and I was thinking about the single instead of the double paper.
Right.
So instead of making that fold, and then also when I do that, make the Thunderbolt. So do the 3 folds down instead of just the 2, and then I can possibly get a Thunderbolt out of it.
Well, I mean, when you started folding the one that you did, you knew you were going to make a new design. But were you looking for a Thunderbolt? Did you still want to make a Thunderbolt that big? Or?
No, I mean, I was like, after I started it, I was like, no, I'm going to end up making a new design altogether because I was like, I can't make a Thunderbolt out of this unless I do something really crazy.
So because that makes me curious. Like, again, we're talking about the bigger ones. Can we, like, we as a group, can we expect to see you make like a transport out of a larger Thunderbolt then in the near future here? Or are you just gonna make a new design?
So that's definitely going to happen. That'll probably, I'll probably do that next week.
That'd be cool.
Because I like this one. I like the way it looks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a mixture of spider and phase. And, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's call it space.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Or fighter. Get it? With a PH. And a Y. PHYDR, fighter.
Hey, that's not bad either, actually. Spelled out, it's really cool.
PHYDER, fighter. I think that might be the...
That's not bad. You always tease me about using Novolin for crying out loud.
Oh, yeah, wing cuter.
So, okay. But wait. Oh, yeah. You made me forget about it. This was like at the beginning of the show, too, and I was going to ask you. So, did you determine or did you figure out that, like, Spider V4 was not made of calendar paper then? The biggest one of the spiders? What was it made out of?
You asking me a question I don't have an answer to.
Well, you made it bigger. We have the dimensions. V1 doesn't get called a V1, but that was the standard size.
Right.
2.
I labeled it as a
micro.
V1 on the sheet, though.
Yeah, right. Well, because, you knew after you made them, you could call it a V1 again. But V2 was the micro.
Yes.
3 was the fighter bomber. And then 4 became your medium bomber. You've got it stationed where medium bombers are. So it had to be bigger, but to what extent?
Yeah, I think it was made out of the calendar paper, but I don't know. I don't know to what degree. I'll have to go back and look. And I think I have it in my head.
Right. So because again, you've already got that covered. You've already got that particular mark covered with, the medium bomber is the Spider V4, and it's already that big. I mean, I always thought that's what you did, was like you just trimmed down to your closest approximation, a calendar sheet, and then turn it into a Spider, keeping the ratios the same.
Did I trim it down?
I would think you'd have to, because you couldn't get a regular Spider out of a regular sheet. I mean, of calendar paper, because it's not the same ratios.
Photo
We've
paper?
made a couple planes out of photo paper. That's kind of what the Dodge paper was like.
Yeah, that's kind of like, yeah.
And some of the thicker ones.
Yeah, and this is not really photo paper, but this is a crumpled up sheet, but this is thicker bond. This isn't even Dodge thick. This is like an in-between.
Oh, that's that Disney World map, isn't it?
Yeah, this is, yeah.
But anything that has, like, ad advertising laminate, is obviously thicker.
But this one's taking a beating, as you can tell.
You're going to use it, though, right?
I mean, I don't know if I'm going to use this one.
Well, I mean, if it's thicker, then that won't matter too much.
I mean, it's got dents and creases and all that. I mean, look at that.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe not that one.
I mean, this is pretty beat up. I mean, if I tape it, I don't think it'll matter.
No, not if you tap paper tape it up. Tape it up. Taper planes? Is that the proper way to call that first taper? Never really thought about it.
No way. Did we just figure that out? Because I always thought it was.
Well, it's to paper if you just say it, but like it could be taper, but that taper is a word, so I don't know. But that would be funny.
He took out the E and made it paper
Yeah.
with the top. Oh, look at that taper. Oh.
I mean, I always assumed that's kind of. I just never knew how to pronounce it.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
The photo paper again. You're like, okay, you're talking about budgetary constraints, Robert. Because like, I mean, like, dude, I can justify certain things, but it's like photo paper. If I find some, yeah, I'll use it. I'm not gonna go purchase any for that because, like, damn, I have a tendency to recycle. I'll any paper anybody who's gonna throw out or something like that, I'll hold on to it if it's a bond or a color. Mostly the colors, because I won't keep Xerox sheets anymore. Those are just too damn common. Here we are, 2020.
No way. Sorry, I'm distracted by my knee over here because I'm hurting. But
have you folded a paper airplane out of a tablet before? I don't mean a paper tablet. I mean an electronic tablet. Well, wait. Do you have an idea? You said no way, or would you say you're talking to your knee? Stop hurting.
I'm talking about my knee.
Oh.
I was reading the stuff on the MRI because they printed the doctor printed out the findings from the MRI, and she kind of explained it real quick. But it's possible that there's something almost like a cyst, but not really a cyst in my knee that I didn't know about.
Dude, are you like a walking cyst? You already had a cyst in your wrist taken out.
That's what's scaring me at this point.
There was
not really scaring me, but it's frustrating because, like, okay, that's the second one, possibly. And my left knee's starting to hurt, mostly, I think, because I'm putting a lot of weight on the knee.
No, because, you're overusing it because you're favoring it since you're, like, the other one is gimpy, as it were.
Yeah.
And that happens to all of us. It's doing more work to counteract for the lame one. So, yeah, it's going to hurt more.
Yeah, it's going to hurt more, but it's hurting in the same similar spot. That's what's scaring me.
Well, once you get that one good, check the other one out. Fix one at a time. Don't fix both because then you will be paraplegic.
Yeah. So it is taper. That is so
Man,
funny.
I haven't played with paper rockets and missiles in so very long. I mean, like I said, we typically use like the fireworks style, and I've used my own design, but like I've pretty much, because I'm a pyro, I just watch them burn. But
right. Yeah, no,
I don't know why, but I'm enlarge. Okay, so I don't know why, but I'm writing this down just for my own part. So enlarging Thunderbolt, Spider, Diablo, Vortex, and Viper. Any others?
Ninja. I can upsize Ninja too. Let me see. Here's something I'm gonna probably do.
Maybe even Raptor. Well, we'll let you get along with Raptor first because again, that's a brand new one, right?
So let's go to studio mode.
Uh-oh. Can they see this, or am I only seeing
No,
this?
you're only seeing this.
It's got to be expensive, I would imagine, because like you're probably talking about using model rocket power for something of your own design, right? I mean, and then you got to find tubage. I mean, I guess tubage isn't really that hard to find again in hobby stores because I've seen them, but they got to be able to support rocket thrust, which is totally different. Man, I wonder if we could put a rocket. No, I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that. A Swallow? Would you enlarge Swallow?
I could, but I don't know how all that would turn out. But
Dive bomber. If it would work, dive bomber. You could easily call it the Gulp.
Yeah. You're not.
Oh, I was wondering, dude. That was a really cool name you came up with there, Robert. I thought that might have been like a name for a rocket. I was like, hey, that's cool. Oh, that's just like painkiller for a knee. Great. Okay, I'm on the downward spiral. That's like your whole line. So T-Bolt, Spider, Diablo, Vortex,
Yeah.
Viper, Ninja, Swallow. So you can enlarge mostly anything.
I mean, well, that's what I'd said. Like, dude, you should try every one of them. I mean, if they fail, they fail.
I
You
mean,
just know, which one you can't use.
I don't think so, honestly. I mean, I did blood work and all that stuff, and everything came back fine. So, like,
Maybe you're like that dude. Maybe you're like that dude on the X-Files episode where you just are like a walking cancer cell. Doesn't kill you because you are just a giant cyst.
yeah, that would be crazy. That's not a video capture. I'm trying to do.
I mean, I enlarged Banshee. However, I don't expect it to be taking over the role from Vampire from like Dive Bomber. Matter of fact, I'm probably pretty sure I'm going to keep Vampire as a Dive Bomber no matter what size it is.
I thought it would be game capture. That's what I. So let's do.
Okay, like I have enlarged. I really screwed that up. So,
Specific window.
like I have enlarged Nova,
And then it's gonna
which is where I got Supernova, and then enlarged Javelin, which is where I've got Pylon. I've enlarged the phases, and I have, well, now I have enlarged Banshee, although I expect that's not going to turn out into anything, but I've also enlarged Vampire. Can't enlarge Venom because I have no idea what the hell Venom is. Oh man, could you imagine if I had a plane the size of the one you just built doing the flight that you had to run down back at the park that one time? Remember that?
Oh yeah.
If it was a bigger plane doing that, I would like to get it to the point where you could never see it again. Oh my god, that thing's heading over like chlorine, the solid salts. I imagine it's got to be a solid slash liquid mixture, because I don't know if that's not pure solid fuel. That's like a mix of solid liquid fuel. I've seen some of those videos. They look intriguing. I tell you, like it'd be really cool. Some of the ones that they really build some power into them.
Should be.
Barring anything where you could just, like it blows up on the launch pad. Because, you've seen some of our earlier videos where we actually do launch rockets. We have a tendency to launch rockets and go crazy.
So let's delete that. Let's go here.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Hagataka also be enlarged, because I'm sure, since I've already built a slightly bigger version, I know that it can. If you asked me to build one of those right now, I don't think I could do it. Damn sure I could build every one of my other birds, but I don't think I could build a Hagataka right now. Liquid fuel on those rockets has got to be tricky with solid fuel. I mean, because even like model rocketry uses solid fuel. You got to make sure you have some kind of capsule that, contains it without activating. It's all well and good in practice when the rocket is actually like a legitimate rocket that goes into space and stuff, so on and so forth. But hobby rockets, liquid fuel, it's hard to contain that stuff. Or, I mean, I assume it must be, because you don't hear of it that often. Most people use solid rocket fuel. I am intrigued. What is your idea here? Because you keep working on that sheet. And why is it fluctuating between large and small? Oh, you're playing with its size. You trying to make sure you can share a screen with us? Oh, bloody hell.
So.
Oh, I don't need that.
We're going to transition that over.
He wants us to see something, folks.
They can't hear us.
Ah! You took us off? What the hell?
I'm working on it. I got Mike back here. All right. So.
Okay, so I can see that now.
Yep. They can see, they can hear. So, for example, so I have Diablo, Vortex, Spider, Twister, Thunderbolt, Swallow, Draco's gone. Firecat.
Firecat, there you go.
Firecat.
Firecat could definitely be, I would imagine, definitely be enlarged. I would say Black Knight and Black Squire could be enlarged, but you know how that goes.
Yeah, so that's my plan, as you guys can see. I only built one of each. So
Although we do suspect there was a third, perhaps even a fourth in the run.
yeah,
But we
and there
can't
might have been two of each. I don't remember, but they didn't last very long, and we definitely
That speaking of which, let me go into that. The sheets as far as that goes. On your tech sheet, the tech sheet that we have for everything.
Yep.
That's where we should be indicated. Like if we can enlarge them, it should be in that. And I mean, if it's not, we can put it there because that's probably
Right.
the best place to
So-
find it and to act like a checkoff for all of our aircraft.
Yep. So I've got to go back through and actually go through these variants and find out which one's what for Spider. And then also for Thunderbolt, because Thunderbolt went through some mods too. And then I have the big one.
Yes, actually, there it is. It's on the tech sheet. Enlarge,
Yeah, it's
enlarge
behind me.
upsize.
It's in a pile of mess behind me. So that's my other thing. I've got to get that line put up. That's probably going to happen over the next week or so. Yeah, I think I might go to the store this weekend and get the stuff for it,
That'd be cool.
or at least
And of course,
something.
again, see if you can get you to a big box store and get a box.
Yeah, I mean, not that I don't need it, but it's just that if I can get
Well,
most
hey,
of them
it's-
hung up.
Well, again, it's the best way to transport them out to and from the site, especially if you're dealing with humidity, because they won't be resting on each other.
Yeah,
You're just taking a portable hanging area. I mean, granted, definitely. I'm not saying for a temporary fix. I'm saying to be able to transport planes to and from when you fly, because keep them all hanging on the line. That's great. Just when you want to take the ones you want to fly, put them in that thing.
yeah,
The fade out is cool.
yeah. You like that?
I like that.
So
So yeah, we're just thinking about planes we can go big here, go big or go home with. Enlarging most of those. Robert, I got to get more of your stuff. Let me get more of your stuff. I need to know, like I said, if I can talk to you through Facebook or something, so we know exactly which one of your planes fulfills which roles. Because I got you on the contractor sheet. So and you got, like I said, you got to check into your tech sheet so you make sure which ones you have done whatever tech and which ones you can do
yeah,
whatever
okay.
tech.
But
Well, I mean, just to keep track of your enlargements. That's all.
if I go do that, then
Well, that's a good way to, like I said, that's just a good way to keep these ideas that you had. I mean, I think one or two, yeah, like the slanted trailing edge you were talking about, that's in there. So you can just check off, oh, I want to do that. Boom.
so which one is that under?
It's just contractors and tech.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I can't see it, but since you said right there, I'm assuming you got it. And I'm assuming it's the up-to-date one that I shared with you. So you've got the one with like all of your planes on it. Because even Raptor's on that sheet.
Well,
It's at the IVPAC Global one.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have it,
Yeah.
but I assume you've got it because it's got Raptor on it. So it's brand new.
Yeah, so you're talking this one.
Yes. And it's got to be new enough, especially if it's got tape airplanes on there for Robert, because I put him in there too.
Well, you guys can't see the top of it.
I can't see the top
Little-
of it. But
little
again,
cutout.
as long as you've got, if you're looking at yours, as long as you've got like Ninja and Raptor on there, then you've got the newest one. Especially since it's all blank because you haven't filled it out yet.
How come I zoom out and you guys can't see that?
I don't know. It's like it cuts off the last two screens.
Okay.
There's number
well,
two.
I'll zoom
There
in
it
if that makes
is.
better. But yeah.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah, it's even got Phantom Lightning on there because you haven't officially retired that yet.
Yeah, no.
The only one you've officially retired, well, actually, the two that you've officially retired is Rorix and Draco. That's it. The others you've never really officially retired.
You said Vortex and Draco?
Rorix and Draco.
Rorix. Oh, yeah. Rorix, Draco, yes. Forgot about Rorix.
Even the Black Squire and Black Knight haven't officially been retired because you haven't fully replaced them yet.
Yeah. I know that's the case.
And Phantom Lightning is, I mean, you don't want to make it for whatever reason, but you can make it, and that's a prime candidate for reserves.
Yeah. I mean, I really just don't want to make it.
What the hell, man? No love, Phantom Lightning. Unbelievable. It's just so basic. I think that's what you said. But anyway, yeah, I mean, like right there in that sheet, wherever the slanted trailing edge is, you can just go ahead and like, hey, I can boom, hit an X on that because I want to do that with this plane, and then this plane, and then this plane, and this plane, and whatever the other ideas were, because you did mention other ideas. The single, well, bihedrals. Hell, the bihedrals you did with that new spider. Strakes, not so much. Pisces, not so much. Ooh, I've got to make some of these. I'm probably going to put something in on that sheet, as a matter of fact, to indicate that taping, as in the kind of taping that taper planes does, going to have to put it in there somewhere to indicate that is yet another thing that we could be doing.
Yeah.
That'd be. Are you looking at the one on your drive, or are you looking at the one on the IVPAC drive?
Oh, well, this is the one that's shared.
Okay, no, that's cool. Right?
So yeah. So this one's technically on the IVPAC drive. But yeah, this has got a whole bunch of stuff on it. I mean,
it should.
Rifle.
It's pretty much like everything we've came up with up to this point.
Split anhedral tip.
Couples on there. Fluff should be on there somewhere.
Cowpel. Actually,
I don't think Fluff is on there, is it?
I
don't see Fluff. For those you'll need to go into, like, people, if you're wondering what those are, those you need to go into our acronym sheet, which we have.
Which one is Fluff?
That's the fuselage length upright fin. And I don't see it in there, which is a surprise. I thought it was. Unless I'm totally missing it.
No, it's not on here.
Okay, then I'm totally missing it.
Yep.
And I'm going to have to fix that.
Yeah, so it's definitely not on there.
I'm changing that right now. Yeah, fine. Save it as an XLXXX. I don't really give a crap, and I don't know what to call. I'll think of some cool acronym for what Robert, unless you got a cool acronym for your taping. I mean, it's not exactly a tech. It's how you build your birds, but
Taper.
taper. Maybe I'll just call it that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Taper plane. Call it taper plane.
I think I am.
I think you is.
Indeed.
Oh, I gotta get that sound bite.
You really do got to get that sound bite.
Oh man.
Okay, it's in there now. So there.
Did it update?
Should do. Yeah. Fuselage length. I put fuselage length upright fin,
Where?
and then I put. I just called it taper plane. Are you wait? You're on the shared one. Which shared one are you on? Because if you're on, well, I mean, are you on IVPAC's? Or are you on like the one that's shared with like me? Because I'm on IVPAC's.
Oh,
And
you might not
if
have
you
the
were-
one.
And if you were doing it, I should be able to see you in there.
I don't think you have it shared with. I think you have this shared from your.
Unless that's you right there. Oh no, that's me. Okay, yeah, well, you're okay. That's what I mean. All right, so you're not in. All right, yeah, you're not in the one that was in the one. Yeah.
Well, let me see if I can find
Oh
it.
no, this does say it's shared with you, so you should be in there. It says shared with NAS Aerosystems. Hello.
Maybe it's this one.
But not only that, but again, if you log into here, you'll get it anyway. But you're right. So anyway, in any case, it's
Where'd you
updated
put it?
now. Very end of both of our sheets.
Because you got the one
So
with. It's the one with KIA on it too, right?
Wait, what? Oh, that's right. There's another one that has
Man, there's a newer one than that.
No, this one does not have KIA in there. Well, I'm going to fix that right
Okay,
now.
so let me go back.
This one does have KIA. That's right. I didn't do that. Stop being a fool.
So maybe I just needed to back out of it and then reopen it.
Oh, that could be.
No, don't add sheets. What
No.
the deuce are you doing?
No.
Yes, I want to delete this. What do you mean, no?
No.
And you have KIA with it, so does like KIA...
I see fluff on yours.
What, the one that you can see?
Yeah, the one that I can see.
Okay.
But if I go to
So
this
wait,
one,
are you in here? Are you in here or not?
I don't know. Man,
Oh, what
you
the hell did it
killing
just
me.
do? What the hell
I'm
did it
going to
just
look at this
do?
one.
Okay, go to look at that one.
You're not. Yeah, you haven't updated this one.
Okay, well then you must be, like I said, the shared one that's from like my personal.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think it's from.
Okay. There it is. All right, there we go. That's better. But you have a copy. You have a copy that says KIA Tech?
Yeah, that one is here. I got KIA Tech.
I'm going to have to check this out myself because this means a whole bunch of new things that I'm not even aware of. But I'm fixing that right now, so that's rather moot. I can't spell with a dick. Okay, so yeah, I'm thinking what you're looking at actually that is probably the shared one off of my personal master drive. I'm taking a look at it now because in theory I should see. Yeah,
What is that asterisk?
yeah, there it is, and you probably were in here. Yeah, because there you is. There you is. Okay.
What is
Wait,
that?
Fluff?
What does that
Fluff is in
asterisk even mean?
Did you say the Fluff is in here? Where's Fluff? Oh no,
Fluff.
you said you saw it on my sheet.
Yeah, it was on your sheet.
Oh my God, yeah, you're right. This is an older sheet because all I've got is like 6 planes on here. Oh, What asterisk? Oh, you're looking at the new one now.
Well, yeah, I'm on the new one, but it has a little asterisk next to the date.
Oh, the next to NASA's.
Yeah.
Oh, that just means that your company was founded as a different company at that time. You changed names.
But you don't have that listed on here in the legend somewhere.
Oh no, because I just knew it. So, if you want, I'll take that off of there.
No, I was just curious because I didn't see it on anybody else's, but I guess nobody else has gone through name changes.
Well, I did actually. When I started, I used to be Stagco, but changed it to SIL in 1990. But I didn't really consider that a name change per se, so because I kind of retroed mine. Yeah, but this is the one that's got it all on here. So yeah, now you're looking at the right one. That other one, I might actually take that other one out so people do not get confused because I don't want anybody thinking that that one's the one that's got all the pertinent information.
So which one did you update?
Like I said, the one you're looking at now, if it's got fluff on it, and I saw your name in there. Did I see your name in there? No, are you still looking at the other? Are you still looking at the other one? No, you're still looking at the other one. Okay, no, because that one there you're looking at is the shared one from my personal master drive. You're not looking at the shared one from IVPAC.
Well, then where's
That's
that
why
one?
you're not. That's why you're not seeing it. But it is shared with you because
How is
it
it
does
shared
say-
with me? I don't have that stuff.
It says you are one of the ones, yeah, shared with NASA Aerosystems.
Is there another? Can I go? I don't know what I'm looking at because it doesn't.
What are
give
you
me-
looking at?
It doesn't give me. Oh, you just. Okay, so I have this one. Yeah, you edited this one.
Okay,
You
That's
spelled
probably
it
right.
wrong, man.
I spelled what wrong?
You spelled Tapper wrong.
No, I did that on purpose. That's the tech I wanted to call. I wanted to leave it like that. I gotta go back in there.
Taper.
God, now I've got two of them in there, so I was like, now I can't track it. What, are you in here now?
What? Yeah, I'm
I
in this
suppose-
one because it's got fluff and
Okay.
everything else,
Okay, so maybe I need to. All right, fine. Maybe,
and it's got all the planes
There.
on it.
yeah, there. Are you
So-
happy now? It's the way it should be. All I needed to add was a paw.
Well, it's not updated, so I must have to back out and go back in.
Either that or give it another second. How come I can't see you in there? I should be able to see. Well, maybe I shouldn't be able to see you in there. Maybe that's the problem. Anyway, well, chaos, lightning, red dot. Okay,
No,
I gotta get
it's
those in
fine
there.
updated.
What the hell?
You gotta save it.
No, because Google will automatically save it. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, there we go. There we go. I'm updating his so that his planes are in here. I'm gonna have to make it so that OAEs and Roberts are in here. There we go. Look at that. All right, KIA is filled in. So this one's nice and modified. Okay, this one could be scrapped.
What am? Okay, you haven't updated this, or it's taking too long to update.
It does say all changes saved in Drive. Last edit was seconds ago. So what are you looking at?
It says you edited it today.
How come I'm not seeing you in there? And how come you're not seeing what I did?
There it
I would
is.
Okay. Maybe it just took a moment.
Yeah, it took a little bit to update, so it's not instant,
I guess not.
but it's close. Yeah, we're working on it.
All right.
Daggone
all right.
2.5 hours, man. What the hell are we doing?
I don't know. We always get into this sort of thing, but we did talk
We
about our
can't have a
topics.
30-minute show. It's just impossible.
Well, that's why I said an hour, but we can't do an hour.
We can't even get it down to an hour. We did get it down from 3 hours.
Yeah, we're
We're still close.
We're still close.
I mean, shoot, we do a 4-hour show.
Well, if we get to looking at maps again, yeah, it would take forever.
I know, right?
We won't do that again, people. I apologize. I was getting the feeling that I apologize like a lot for that crap, but yeah. So okay, so we got the topics covered. We did a pretty good job. We got work to do, mostly him, but he already had the plans. So Mark over there has definitely got the plans. He's got stuff he wants to work with, taping stuff. See if he can humid-proof his birds.
Yeah, I might even do that. I don't even know if I don't know if I'm gonna do that for next week. I don't know if I'm gonna tape anything. I might. I don't know. You just have to stay tuned.
If we see another show during the week sometime, he's like, I did it, here it is, check it out. We'll know that he did it.
Right. Well, you might know, but...
Well, hey, people pop in and watch the videos all the time, so, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, basically we got it covered. We just want to get you guys ideas, like, obviously, simply enlarging your planes. And that is a real easy move, just finding a bigger sheet and taking your design and making it larger.
Yeah. Also, guys, don't forget, if you guys want us to talk about something or whatever, just let us know ahead of time. You know, hit us up.
Right.
And then we'll put it. We'll discuss it and put it in the show. Yeah.
God forbid we don't want to crunch it down to 2.5 hours, but
Yeah. I'm going to sleep. Yep, I feel you.
We definitely take those comments. And we enjoy having you on the show. So, hey, all ideas are welcome.
Yeah. So, thank you guys for coming and hanging out. I really appreciate it. And as always, remember to keep them flying.